Guess what? They were flipping votes. There was a vote counting machine in Pennsylvania that was flipping votes for judges. I'm not making this up. Here we go.
An issue at the polls is playing out in Northampton County. A clerical error appeared to flip votes for judges.
Pennsylvania election officials are getting to the bottom of what happened to ensure an accurate tally. Action News reporter Corey Davis joins us live in the studio with more on this investigation into this glitch.
Yeah, so
it's a glitch. That's not a glitch. It's just a glitch, Kurt. It's not actually.
You're a glitch. All three of you on this thing.
I got to tell you, though, I do love the guy's voice. He's got a great broadcasting voice. This guy was made to tell me the news.
I hate broadcasting voice now. I actually hate.
I like it.
Yeah.
Come on. Here we go.
It appears that there were multiple issues. So one issue was human error. The problem also, too, with the maker of the voting machine, as well as Northampton County officials missing the problem altogether. This morning, county officials are working to reassure voters that their votes went to the candidate they chose, as officials try to sort out why this problem wasn't caught earlier. We're being told the order of the names for state superior court judge were switched on the printout ballot due to human error, but that made voters think that their votes went to the opposite person. Northampton County officials say all information tabulated digitally by the computer is correct, but somehow due to a coding error, the ballot printouts appeared to have flipped the order of the candidate names. The county explained that despite the names being switched on the paper ballot, voter selections from the touchscreen computer were accurately tabulated. State officials say the voting system vendor, Election Systems and Software, or ES&S, has taken responsibility for the labeling error.
It's important that the county and the vendor continue to be transparent after the election so that voters have confidence that a similar error would not occur in the future.
It's our job to help give people confidence.
Chris Christie put on a wig, it looks like.
Help give them peace of mind in their voting process.
And we've been looking up a little data. According to state data, ES&S has more than 6,000 voting systems that have been certified by the Pennsylvania State Department as well as the federal government. And right now, the labeling error appears to be confined to Northampton County. The governor's office says they'll be following up with both the county and ES&S in the coming days about why this error was not identified before Election Day.
Because you privatize everything like an idiot? Is that why?
So, Craig, now what did you want to say about this?
Well, I just want to say something that, when it comes to the judges, a lot of people will say, and especially we heard in 2020, that, well, why are all these cases being thrown out? None of these judges want to touch it because, and just think about it, Jimmy, think about it, Kurt, the same thing that has gotten the same system that has got these judges elected, if they go against it, it then nullifies their position, why they got elected. So they don't want to push back against the system that put them into play. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have to go forth with this, because then they will be talking out against the mechanism which put them into power. And I just want to, people to
that's a great point.
So you got to keep guilty people in prison when they're exclude evidence, because we're calling to question all your convictions.
That's right. Yeah. So let me just break it down for you what happened. Voters were asked to decide whether Pennsylvania Superior Court judges Jack Piniella and his cousin Nutella is fantastic, and Victor Stable should be retained for an additional 10-year terms. The yes or no votes for each judge were switched on a summary displayed to voters before they cast their ballot. If a voter marked yes to retain Piniella and no on Stable, for example, it was reflected as a no on Piniella and a yes on Stable. Look at that. Despite the glitch on the printed summary, voters' actual choices were properly recorded. Get the F. Were properly recorded by the machine's back-end system, and their votes will be tabulated accurately. Oh, I'm sure I have 100% faith in that.
Yeah.
Derringer said Thursday afternoon, what you read and what the computer reads are two different things. The computer does not read the text that is printed out. So let me get this straight. The computer does not read the text that is printed out. But so you have a computer.
You have a computer
that is supposed to read everything, but it won't read that. Well, maybe one day we'll try something crazy like having human beings count the votes. Wouldn't that be nuts? Then, of course, there's going to be electronic.
What do you mean? Like have a
have a
private corporation of people count it? I'm trying to get my head around this, Jimmy.
No, I'm having actual volunteers or paid people come in because people volunteer to work for elections all the time and count the votes and do it in public in front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
What? Some places do that.
Yes, in all these countries, listen.
But in America, I know they've done people
in
volunteer.
some places, but not the majority of the votes. 90% of our ballots are counted by
For
these
mayor?
three.
There's
90%,
three companies.
ES&S, which they're talking about, Smartmatic and Dominion, right? Those are the three major players, which you don't even know who owns them because they're private equity. So it's like a zombie company of another zombie company. You don't even know who's on their board.
Who believes in anything of America now?
Well, especially when it comes to this. But I got to tell you this, guys. In Honduras, when I witnessed the public counting and how people got involved, I started to cry. Because I was like, I want this. This is what we need. We've done this before.
Oh, I thought you mean because you're being communist.
No.
Because the damage of communism.
And I also want to say this too as well, guys, so everybody knows, because this is an election integrity activist thing, there's no such thing as a glitch. That's bullshit. It's the computer doing what it's told to do by another entity coming in. There's no such thing as a glitch.
Wow. I started to cry when you said that, but that's because I pulled a hair out of my nose earlier. So here it goes on a little bit. This story goes on. The issue affected all the county's voting machines in use Tuesday, estimated at more than 300. The Pennsylvania Department of State said the problem was isolated to the 2 retention votes in Northampton County, and no other races statewide were affected. Well, thank God voting corruption has only been limited to Northampton County. It would be really bad if that were, nationwide or something, wouldn't it? And of course, the people who make some stupid effing robot to pick your political leaders for you blame you for what went wrong.
That's why we need robots to vote for us.
The only thing worse than a digital crook is the people who think this system works properly.
People are now holding on to that idea in such an insane way. Like you could see it all around you. It's not working properly. And then, I see if you're Bill Maher and you're getting paid huge sums of money to be how you are,
Yeah.
But just regular people holding on. I got to believe the institution's still good.
I got to trust science. Those people who say I trust science.
Yeah, like, what is science? Go ahead. Tell me what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the thing that is like Jesus, but I no Jesus in it.
So get this. The county obtained a court order Tuesday after the problem was discovered that allowed those very machines to continue to be used.
Well, there was nothing wrong with them. You heard what they said.
They fixed the glitch.
They fixed it. Omaha, Nebraska-based ES&S acknowledged fault. A company spokesperson, Katina Granger, said the problem was caused by human error and was limited to Okay, we deeply regret what has occurred today, said Linda Bennett. So they blamed you. So it wasn't our.
So a programmer programmed it wrong. They're not really saying much about what went wrong with the program.
Yeah, they're not really saying it. The glitch in Northampton County had little practical effect, as retention of statewide judicial incumbents is nearly automatic in Pennsylvania. Well, that's good to know too.
Wait, was the glitch that it was supposed to not show you? It was registering the opposite vote of what you wanted?
That's the glitch.
Was it supposed to show up as you thought your vote went through, but by mistake it showed you what it was doing?
I think that's the real
equally
glitch.
as possible as this story, probably more possible.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing stand-up comedy in Covina, California, Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving, Oxnard, California, Venice, California, Palmdale, California. Lots of places in the Southland. Omaha, Nebraska. We're going to be in Omaha. We're going to be in Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. Plus, we're going to be in Boston, the Wilbur Theater in Boston. See you there.